So I did a video yesterday on the Xtreme 2 1.6 firmware update. I was basically trying to see if the loudness on battery was now the same as the Xtreme 1. In other words, has it gone from a 20 watt limit on battery to a 30 watt limit? I should have covered the AC at the same time. People have been asking me about the AC, and I was curious myself when people were asking me. I just assumed, yeah, it's still going to be 40 watt, but it was pointed out that when the Xtreme 2 was announced in January, I think, they said it was going to be a 50 watt speaker. Turned out that the headline said 40 watts. So given that they've suddenly seemed to have gone from a 20 watt to 30 watt on battery, someone was asking, quite reasonably, does that mean, oh, maybe it really is 50 watts? Maybe it's louder now on maximum on AC. Maybe it's louder now than the Xtreme 1. So only one way to find out. So I've made a quick 4 clips comparing the loudness at maximum between the Xtreme 1 and the Xtreme 2, assuming that obviously, well, we pretty much know the Xtreme 1 is 40 watts maximum AC. So if they were the same at 30 watts, if they're the same at maximum loudness, we can pretty much say they're 40 watts. And if the Xtreme 2 is louder than the Xtreme 1, it may possibly be now running at 50 watts. So this is what I found.
Seas, oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me, hold your hand while the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Stormy seas, oh, you meant the world to me. Your head when you cried for me, hold your hand while the pain was over, keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me.
So pretty much the same story as with the battery, except obviously on AC it goes a bit louder. But the main point here is, first of all, the Xtreme 2 does not now have a 50 watt limit. The maximum volume is now in line with Xtreme 1. So it's in line with 40 watts Xtreme 2, 40 watts Xtreme 1. And as with the maximum on battery, it's a trade-off between what kind of a sound you want. Now, basically, both speakers are going to go as loud as each other, except the Xtreme 1 is going to have more peaks, and the Xtreme 2 is going to be louder overall, because as you can see, it's got considerably more body. It's a little bit smoother than the Xtreme 1. So the Xtreme 1 in comparison has the thinner sound, but has more bass slam, because it's more boosted at the bass and the treble. The Xtreme 2, a smoother sound, but it's still, to me, mids light, but the mids are better now post firmware update, and certainly compared to the Xtreme 1, the bass, as you can see, peak still isn't there, as you can see, although the peaks are bigger on the Xtreme 1. There is more bass slam. If you're outside, it's going to carry more. However, it's going to go deeper on the Xtreme 2. It's a little bit more rounded, a little bit more hi-fi, as people are saying, although to me, it's not a hi-fi speaker. So yeah, it was always going to be a bit much to ask, I mean, is it now a 50 watt speaker? After all the disappointment, it came to market saying it's going to be 50 watt, it was 40 watt, and then it was going to be assumed 30 watts on battery, and it was 20 watts, and now they've upped it to 30 watts again, although they haven't said that. They haven't announced that, but clearly it's now gone from a 20 watt limit to a 30 watt limit. It hasn't gone from a 40 watt limit to a 50 watt limit. It's now basically the same loudness. They're playing both at 40 watts, and it's a matter of, do you prefer the thump coming from the Xtreme, which is more of a thump than you're going to get from the Xtreme 2, or do you prefer the all-round, more smooth sound signature to the Xtreme 2, which means overall it's louder because it's stronger throughout the frequency range, whereas it's quite thin, the sound on the Xtreme 1. So that's really the main difference. So yeah, pretty much answers that. It was just going to be a quick video today to say no. They haven't suddenly given us a 50 watt speaker. It really is 40 watts. Now they're both the same loudness, battery or AC. It's going to depend if you value the thump over the all-round sound on the Xtreme 2. So thank you for watching.
UK